All right, we're back. Was this week 4, right?
Week 4.
Week 4, going strong. What's that? That's a month now, right? Wouldn't week 4 be a month?
Yeah, and then the week before that, whenever we started, we wanted to do it that one day.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, this is our. I guess you could say it's almost like week 5 for us. But yeah, the first time when we did this, it took a long time to figure out to set everything up, get the camera right, get the sound right, and audio, and took too long. So we were like, all right, now we have it all set up. We'll do it next week.
Yep. So.
But yeah, officially week 4 now. I'm trying to think. Where did we leave off? What did we say? We said tune in. I can't remember what we said. Tune in for week 4.
I can't remember either. I haven't edited it yet.
But yeah.
But this week's the gas shortage week.
Oh yeah, it is. It is, and man, let me tell you, people are freaking out here. At least, I mean, I got notice. I was off work on Monday, so Tuesday, got on work and our morning meeting. The first thing they said was "Hey, just so y'all know, pipeline thing happened. Gas is about to go crazy. So everyone at lunch, please go get gas. If you need it and stuff."
Well, they give you a fair warning then.
Yeah, I know, right?
I don't feel like many.
Tuesday morning, 8 a.m. and everyone went out and filled up. I didn't fill up because I was already at. I was 75. I have 3/4 of a tank, and I was I'm not really going anywhere, so I'll be fine. But now I kind of wish fuck, maybe I should have gone and filled up just a quarter in there just to top it off. But
you can still get gas around here.
Yeah,
it's more expensive. I think it went from $2.75. I didn't really pay attention on the way in, but
how do you get here? You go down Bird Neck, or you come down Oceana and then go by the Wawa? That's really far. That'd be dumb.
I go Bird Neck.
Yeah, you come down General, go Bird, and then go Bird Neck.
So really, the only gas station
it would be right there at the left. We need the Shell and the other one on your left. When you take a left on Bird Neck, right?
Yeah, there, and then the Shell that's on the end of Bird Neck on what would be 17th Street and Virginia Beach Boulevard. But yeah. I'm not sure, but I know that the one place by my house was $2.95, I think, yesterday. Mm-hmm. The nice thing is people aren't driving on the road anymore, so there's no traffic in the middle of the afternoon.
Really? Has traffic died down?
Oh, dude, for sure.
Oh, no way.
It reminded me of
COVID. The first 2 weeks of COVID?
Yeah. And, it kind of got me thinking, too, this is crazy conspiracy theory, if you will. But I was like, what if they made this gas shortage on purpose to make people stay in their house again?
Shit. I don't know about that one, maybe.
Shit, I don't know. Maybe. Apparently, I did read today that the pipeline company paid the ransom for...
Do you know how much it is?
$5 million.
That's it? $5 million?
I don't know. I mean, that's just what I read.
Why do I feel like that's not a lot of money? You sure it's not $5 billion?
No, it's $5 million. I mean, I'm sure they wanted to get the money, so they just did something that was easy.
I don't know. I feel like these companies have a lot of money, or maybe I'm mistaken. I don't know.
I mean, they probably do, but
I don't know. That's my first time ever hearing how much it was.
That's what I heard, or I think I read a headline or something.
Gee, they won $5 million. Elon Musk could have just came in and be like, yeah, I got y'all. Here's $5 million. Undo it, fix it. And
exactly.
Elon comes in, saves the day. Doge goes to the
moon. Did you see that? Talking about Elon, that he made a post on Twitter about they're not accepting Bitcoin for Teslas anymore.
Yeah, someone said that. I was looking. It was DXR or something like that. Some coin that they're projecting that they think is gonna be what they're gonna be accepting for Teslas or something. So everyone's should buy this one before Tesla announces and stuff. There's a couple different ones. Obviously these are all from TikToks I see, but other than that, yeah, it's. I did hear that he was. Why is he even doing that?
He said that it's because the way that Bitcoin mines, and if you don't know about Bitcoin, when you mine, that's how you verify the transactions, make new coins, things like that. It's not like an actual person doing something. It's basically just a computer or a ton of computers.
Yeah,
like
warehouse fulls.
Yeah, like highest capacity computers that you can think of. Like
There's a shortage on Amazon
chips.
or something like that. These different types of chips that like these gamers want or something.
Yeah.
Because everyone's buying them to do Bitcoin mining.
Anyway, the way that they run is obviously electricity. A lot of the places that these mining pools, is what they're called, are located are in places like China, Russia, some are in Iran, some are actually in Texas, but a lot of the places where they run are off of like fossil fuels. Like the electricity is produced by fossil fuels, so like coal, gas, things like that. And it's just because wherever electricity is the cheapest, that's where people are going to mine Bitcoin.
Yeah, of course. That's what I would do.
Yeah, like that's just...
It takes up so much electricity.
So...
First off, you're running all of these computers or like hardware, to mine. But them shits get hot.
Yeah.
So you're spending a lot... someone was saying most of their money goes towards cooling, like fans, the HVAC, like stuff. Like, it's crazy. There's a mine, I'm pretty sure, in Iceland.
Probably.
It was a long time ago. And it's like on like the northern part of Iceland where it's like really, really cold.
And they just leave it
So they literally just like open the door like a little bit, let it like, or they have, it's almost like greenhouse stuff. They just like crack that, heat all goes out, open 2 doors, floods in, they close, and like they do like once a day.
Yeah. That's funny. But he was just saying that they're not going to be accepting it until it goes more green. And I mean, I don't know. I just thought it was sort of funny because, like, more conspiracy, if you will. Like, he has solar panels, right?
Yeah.
So, like, it's almost in his best interest to say that, oh, we don't want it until they go green, like, and then sort of, like, sell his solar panels to, like, places to use energy.
That's what I would do.
I mean...
Oh, I see where you're going. Damn.
Yeah. So, I mean, I like, it is what it is either way, like, whatever. It's just interesting stuff.
Yeah. Something I was thinking about, I wanted to get back on about the gas thing.
Mm-hmm.
When you would trigger the thought when you said that no one's on the road, which I didn't know that because I literally have...
I would say there is significantly less people during the times that I travel, which is usually like rush hour.
Yeah. It made me think about when COVID did happen in the very beginning. Cannonball Run, which is New York. I believe it's New York to LA. And you drive. And I looked it up while you were talking. The Cannonball record was set. Well, I thought someone said it, a new one, during COVID. Maybe I'm not seeing the right article, but at least here on Google it says the last record was December 25th in 2020, so like right before COVID. But somebody drove all the way from New York to LA in 27 hours and 25 minutes.
Yeah.
Which is crazy if you think about that. And it's like a Mustang or something, and it's like loaded up with like all the seats are taken out, and it's just all gas, like, and then stuff. Obviously, you wouldn't do the Cannonball now because like gas.
So expensive.
Yeah, it'd be so expensive just to do it. But you made me think about that and like how crazy that is. That's like an actual thing that people like try to race across the country. I mean, it'd be really sick if that was actually like, if there's some way to make that an actual event.
Yeah.
Like a real life, like race across the U.S. and like who can make it there first, or like who can make it there and back.
There and back would be interesting.
Like an actual loop.
Yeah.
Obviously, like going back like L.A. to New York or something like that, going back and forth, or if there's some way, a planned route that was actually the border of the outline, which I know people do. Like one of my friends, she's done a trip through all 50 states, and has done like a lot of like the border states and gone down like and around like that. I think that she missed was like Kansas and stuff like once like in the dead center. But what if that was a race? Loop around the United States like race.
That'd be interesting. And like what I was thinking about while you were talking about that is if you had sort of like on a map pins that you had to go through, but you didn't have to necessarily use the same road as everyone else.
I like that.
So
you have to go through these different checkpoints. Doesn't matter how you like which way you get there. It just has to be by car. Mm-hmm. Or I guess maybe by motorcycle. It could do a motorcycle race and then a separate one and then a car one. But you have to go to these different like checkpoints, towns, and when you go in there, you have to like sign in or something like that, clock in, something.
The way that you could sort of do it is like just track their location.
Everyone has trackers.
You can go through the 2 points,
like an easy pass type of thing. Everybody
sort of like it could just be like where maybe it's I don't know 30 miles between the 2 points, so there's obviously a couple different roads that get through there.
Oh, true.
So if there's it would have like a ton of traffic or like like something like that.
I know what you're saying now. That makes sense.
And then have like I don't know 300 or so different checkpoints that you have to get through. I don't know. It'd just be interesting.
About to look up really quick, just in case if we're sounding really stupid and there's already race. There's a race across America record, but race, how about around the U.S.?
Back on the gas thing real quick. I did end up, like, after everyone was, like, freaking out and there's lines everywhere, I, like, called my dad the next, like, morning and was like, hey, like, you know, I'm good on gas. All my cars are full because I don't drive anywhere, so it's not that big of a deal. Sarah goes to and from Norfolk, so she uses the most gas. So I guess lucky for us, she has 2 other different cars besides the one she drives to get to. But he was like, all my cars are basically empty. Like he like leaves all of his cars on like a quarter tank. So I was like, all right. So like while he was at work, I went over to his house and grabbed his car and took 2 5-gallon like jugs because funny enough about 3 weeks ago I filled up 2 5-gallon jugs. I have 4 5-gallon jugs, so 20 gallons.
For what? Lawnmower stuff?
Like I don't know, it's
like
just
equipment.
Yeah, it was just in the shed in the back of my house. So I was like, oh, like I was thinking about doing this before. So like I said, like 4 weeks ago I filled up 2 5-gallon things and I thought I only filled up 1. So I was like, man, like 15 gallons is going to suck.
Yeah, that's going to be a good bit of money right there.
I go into the shed and I'm like, oh, I'm so smart. I got an extra 5 gallons. So then I filled up the other 10. But yeah, people are going crazy with it.
Yeah, people were putting someone like verified like an actual like government type of thing like sent out a tweet saying like don't fill up trash bags with gas. Like
people were filling up trash bags.
It doesn't work. Like
yeah, it's against the like you can't fill up glass with gasoline because of like Molotov stuff and like things like that.
Yeah, there's a bunch of different things and
they have to be gas certified.
Some places I heard were only doing 10 gallons a car.
My dad was telling me that some places are only taking cash. Cold hard greenbacks.
Interesting.
This way, I mean, that slows it down. You take Bitcoin?
Dude,
I ain't spending my Satoshis on the gas.
I mean, if I like really needed like gas, like you know, like that bad, like so my Brienne waited in Raleigh for
that's where it's apparently really bad
for
in North
an
Carolina.
Hour. She waited in line for an hour to get gas. My ass, I would have parked the car somewhere, whatever, as close as I can, and I would have walked over to somebody filling up and be like, and I would have jugs with me, like the 2 5 gallons, whatever. Hey, can I fill these up on your thing? And I'll literally pay you cash right now and a little bit more for generosity, or like Venmo you for the extra or something like that. Like
yeah,
that's what I do just to save the time and like done.
You know what's funny though? I was thinking about it before it was like. Or I guess before I thought it was like really that serious. It was like people are just freaking out again. Like stop. Like the people who need gas will get gas. Like you don't need to hoard gas all of a sudden.
I don't think you can hoard gas. Doesn't gas go bad?
It does. I mean, you can get gas preservative that keeps it for like
let's see,
6 months.
How
maybe
long
a year.
Does gas last?
But
3 to 6 months.
what I was gonna say is people in Hawaii were probably like, huh, you wait in line for gas? Like, welcome to our world.
Yeah, they do that already, don't they?
Yeah. I got a video from when I was there. It was like the Costco. We probably waited in line. Normal day, nothing going on, like middle of the week. For probably 30 to 45 minutes just for gas.
Questions about that.
But that is Costco. A lot of people get gas from there because it's cheaper. It's not like every gas station is ridiculous. But
I'm like thinking now, like, want a Tesla. Well, it made me think about it, obviously. With all this stuff going on, I made the jokes, Dan Cowell, about it, and you were saying, like, all right, well, gas going too high. I can't afford this shit anymore with the Jeep. I'm going to get myself a Tesla. But, dude, there's, like, no Teslas around here.
I know.
Well, there's no new ones. There's some for sale that are around here, but it's, like, literally 20 Teslas for sale here. It's crazy. Everything else is, like, there's a lot in New Jersey.
Really?
A lot in New Jersey. I don't know why. And then some in DC and stuff like that. But yeah, dude. If you get, I was thinking about in Hawaii. Didn't you say something about, or Elon said that having like solar panels attached to like the Tesla, like, you know, you can't have like infinite,
Like unlimited driving power with
Yeah.
solar power or solar panels on like a truck or a car. Like you just don't have enough surface area to power the car infinitely.
Yeah. Well, I was thinking, like, how much do you think it would charge
Just sitting there.
just sitting?
I think.
I'm thinking like places like Hawaii.
Yeah. I can't remember if they talked about that or not. I think he was saying that like that would be the application for it. Like if
It wouldn't be for driving; it'd be more for like sitting. So well, that's what I'm saying. So like, you know, sunny state like that, Hawaii. I guess sunny state's Florida. Well, whatever.
Yeah.
But even Florida, just like, yeah, obviously I can't charge my car. I can't charge my car in a random parking lot. You know, I have to be at a charging station. But if the trunk top part had Teslas on, or had solar panels on it instead of, you know, the pretty nice glass thing, which is great. I freaking love that. But if you got rid of that and make it a normal looking car and had solars on that, like the thin ones, yeah, when you're like sitting, let's say, yeah, you go to work and your work doesn't have any charging stations, like how much do you think that would charge up the car? Like enough, like literally 5% more or something? Like,
yeah, I don't know. I have no clue at all. But I think these are two so different numbers. But I think he was either saying it would be like 10 days just to get a full charge.
Wow.
Or
Dude, the sun is not that powerful. Sun's weak, bro.
There's
There's
like
a solar flare right now that's like
coming
fucking
through.
everything up, dude.
Yeah.
That's the other thing. When I saw that too, like someone was showing, it was a what's it called? Not telescope. So someone was a video. Oh, there's a cat. There's a video of Earth right now being taken and showing the the solar stuff like coming off the Earth and the like combating it, and it's like huge right now.
Yeah. I wonder if that like makes the northern lights. Isn't that sort of like
that's
yeah?
exactly
So
what
it's
makes
going
it.
like
So
are
they're
they going
saying
wild?
yeah, they're good. No, they're 100%. They're going wild, and
Take a trip.
they said
Call out of work.
that, you know, they're really strong. So some of the like northern states, like probably like Maine, maybe like southern, like maybe like Toronto and stuff like that, like Canada. I doubt it would go all the way to like what's it called, like Michigan area, but they said like states like that in Canada should be able to see them like at night if the like cloud and conditions are right, like good.
Man, I wish I would have known or thought of. Is it happening like right now,
it's happening
soon, or
right
like
now.
dang?
It should be happening right now.
I wish I would have thought about that and like. I want to do more stuff like that. Like when things like that happen, just like up and go.
Dude, I something I wish with when I was in Iceland, you know, since I was in Iceland during the summer, so it literally was always sunny. but I want to go back in the winter, even though it's always going to be, it won't be as pretty, you know, it's just going to be darkness pretty much all the damn time.
Mm-hmm.
If you go in the right season, like time, it's just like green and blue, like lights in the sky. It's like the Aurora Borealis, like all night. Like, dude.
Like Brother Bear.
Yeah, for real. Like, you could definitely catch me laying like on a solid patch of like snow, glacier, just looking up at that for like hours, not caring. Frostbite till I die.
Frostbite till I die.
Yeah.
No, I was thinking about that. That solar flare thing. But the other number that I think he had said was like maybe even close to a month to like fill a battery full charge. But for some reason I feel like it's closer to like 10 days. I'm not sure though.
You think we'll ever get to the point where like, obviously, it was a joke about the sun being weak.
Yeah.
So obviously, it's the technology we have. Do you think there'll ever be a way to harness the sun in a more faster, stronger, condensed way, or anything like that?
I don't know.
Supercharged solar panels.
But no, there's these lights that are called gravity lights that have like a rock attached to them, and as the rock falls, there's like a gear ratio. So it falls for like 6 hours, 10 hours, 12 hours, however long. But as it's falling, it's creating that energy with the gears and it turns the lights on. So the lights will be on for 6 hours until it hits the bottom. And then you just lift the rock back up and just drop it. And as it's falling, the light turns back on. So there's other ways, I guess, to get like power. And like I was watching a podcast that was talking about like what if one day you could send a satellite up and get it to sort of like be falling very gradually and have a way to capture that energy so that it'll orbit for like 60 years, I don't know, however long, but once it falls out of orbit.
What if we could capture energy from satellites, like Bluetooth energy, Bluetooth electricity? Like,
I mean,
how crazy would that be? Bluetooth electricity.
I don't know how electricity works, but if you can think it, you can do it for sure.
Anything is possible.
Anything is possible.
Surprise guest. We got a cat. I don't know if you can even see the cat. It may not be in the frame. Ashton's here. Dog is here. Bentley. This is my dad's dog. He's went out of town, so he needs someone to watch. Ashlyn is not too happy about. She's always watching this dog, and sometimes we'll attack it. So we'll see if we get that on camera or not. But other than that, I'm trying to think. Just coming in, wants to say hey. How's your cat doing? You got the cone off now, and you're taking it off. Is it all healed up?
Yeah, I took the cone off. She's healing up fine. All good. She butthole in the face. She's as wild as ever.
Your cat is really crazy.
She's a crackhead.
It really is zoomy. Very sporadic.
Like
wants to
all the time.
Jump around and everything.
I say all the time. Not all the time, but I feel like it's more than normal animals.
Ashton was a little like that for maybe a month. Oh. Whoa. Yeah, but your cat loves to climb.
Yeah.
Big climber.
Big climber.
Take it to the rock gym.
Speaking about rock gym, when's the last time you've been?
Dude. I got asked by someone, one of my friends, he asked me to go rock climbing with him, or like next time he goes, he wants me to come with him. I told him I would. I got my little gear, right? Gear's ready to go whenever, but it's been a while since I've been climbing. I don't know. I
gotta tell everyone.
I still have. All right, so I started rock climbing. All right, well, we'll go all the way back. Birthday parties when I was like, I don't know, probably when I got to like age 10ish, I would say. Because I went through a big phase beginning, like 6 to 10 years old, was bowling. Big bowling guy. Like,
so many bowling pins with everyone's name on it.
Do you remember that? Yeah. So I don't even know what they are. They may be tossed.
You could literally make a whole game of bowling. No, just kidding,
I probably had like 3 or 4. That's what I want to say.
Yeah.
That's what I want to say. It was from like 6 to 10 years old. I did bowling. Big bowling guy. I suck at bowling. I'm really not that good. I usually always break like 100, but never like get over like 150, I would say. But I love bowling. And then it changed, and I went to rock climbing one day, and they did rock climbing, like birthday parties where you came in, and like you could reserve the whole space. You could do like lock-ins there, and like everyone spent the night.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I got it. I did that for a little bit, got out of it, and then I want to say it was my 10th grade year. That's when I started driving.
Mm-hmm.
So it was 10th grade. I started going like every day after school. Like every day after school. I forgot about this, damn. Yeah, I would go every day after school to this rock gym. It's about 15 minutes away from my place. And I would climb from we got out of school at what time? Like 3:15?
Yeah.
So I'd get there no later than like 4 o'clock. I climbed till probably like 6-ish, maybe 6:30. Shit, probably sometimes 7. Come home, food would already be like, in the fridge or like in the microwave. Everyone else already ate, and I would eat, then go back to my room and like do homework and stuff like that. Do it every single day. I mean, there were days where I would go to the rock gym at 10 o'clock, 9 o'clock in the morning, and I would stay there till closing.
That's wild.
Like whole day I would be up in there and hanging with the members and stuff. And keep in mind, I just started driving, so I'm like, because I also drive the Honda Passport.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like 16, top 17. And so I climbed for probably about 2 years straight like that. Pretty hardcore, like nonstop, every single day. It's called the Virginia Beach Rock Gym. Really great place. Pretty much a oven warehouse.
Yeah.
No heating, or no heating. It's no AC. It's just tin roof. It gets so hot. I mean, you walk in and it's just like, it hurts.
Yeah.
It hurts to breathe. Like on a hot day, you can guarantee it's going to be like at least 20 degrees warmer inside that place. So it gets to like 90, it's 110 in there.
Yeah. And
you're just like dripping sweat. I remember dripping sweat all day in that place. But it was so much fun doing it. And I was pretty decent at it for the most part.
Oh yeah, I think I mean, I don't know anything about like professional rock climbers or anything like that. But like, I
knew how to work the walls and learn it pretty fast on the different like holds and what I could do to figure out different, I guess, puzzles.
Do you I know very little, but I do know that there's like different levels of like bouldering. Isn't that what it's called?
Yeah, so there's so bouldering, again, it's like I've gotten out of it. It's like V1, 2 to like 9 or something. Let me see what. That's either bouldering or that's like wall stuff. Let me see.
Benton also had one of like the different all the different holds over his
pull up
over his, I guess, door frame in his bedroom. And could you do all the different holds?
I could do every single
pinky,
one.
Just pinkies and hang for
I could never do pinkies. I wasn't that good. But I could do 2 finger. I could do index and middle and ring holds. I could never do anything like spider-ish or anything like that. But I could always do like two finger holds and do pull-ups like that. Eventually,
tell people why that's important though.
Oh well, yeah, because like sometimes on the rock wall, if you've never been to rock climb before, like some of these holds are like literally 1 inch.
It's absurd.
Or like less.
You would see it and you'd be like, nobody's holding on to
You can't hold on to that. But you can.
Some people can.
Friction.
Sure.
Is what it comes down to.
Superpower.
Yeah. So bouldering is done by V scale. That's what it is. V0 all the way to V16. And then rock climbing, like actual walls, is done by all the way from a 5.4 to a 5.15C. Everything is like 5 point something. For the wall, bouldering is done by V. I honestly, I think I only got to like on boulders probably like V8 out of that scale. V8 out of 16, like halfway. Maybe a 9 every now and then. But yeah, I was in love with it. I was obsessed with it. I mean, I had the full gear, had the shoes, had the belay, different devices, the harness, all these different the gree auto belay system that was on my thing. I mean, I was all in it. The chalk.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then I got a pull up board. That I was just doing pull ups like every fucking day, nonstop, and I could probably do 3 pull ups now. And that's
You
it.
think?
Yeah, I could probably do like 3. Maybe like a little bit more, but outside of that, like
Like what I guess like I don't know, like I guess makes me jealous in a way. Is like you can always go rock. Well, yeah, like there's always a rock gym. Like you can go rock climbing, right?
oh yeah, I see where this is going.
Surfing.
Yeah,
You can't just always go surfing.
Yeah.
You gotta wait for the waves. It's like unless you're in Hawaii, then you basically have surf all year round.
or if you're
Somewhere on the island.
what, Kelly Slater,
Oahu.
right? Who has,
Wave pool.
has his own wave pool. Like,
Yeah.
could be that guy.
Maybe one day.
I heard something's coming to Virginia Beach, like a wave pool or some type of like wave simulator for you to actually ride.
Yeah, I've heard that there is. I have no idea. From what I understand, it's going to be like, I think between like 17th Street and 18th Street. From I get this mixed up, but it might be like Arctic and Baltic, which is the 3rd and 4th Street.
Yeah, I know you're at.
I don't know exactly if that's the right streets or whatnot, but that's, I think, about where they were talking about putting it. Who knows? I mean, at the end of the day, it's not going to be like... I mean, I guess they'll probably have some sort of membership that'll be absurdly expensive.
Dog, those shits are not cheap to run.
Yeah.
I heard like Kelly Slater saying it's like $40,000 or something to get like a full like session then or something. Like every wave is like 4K. It's like 4K a wave.
So wild.
Because the amount of like energy it takes to like pull that
thing.
shit.
Well, I feel like it shouldn't take that much. They should be able to use magnets.
Yeah,
to pull the
maybe.
train that makes it. I don't know. I mean, I'm sure it's, it's getting better and better technology.
We have
but...
to censor this guy's fucking cock. If hopefully that's not in the frame. Oh, get that thing away from me. Before we started, he was going to town on one of his toys, making it squeak.
He was making it squeak.
But yeah, no, I was in rock climbing for a couple of years, probably for about 3 years is when I was into it. And then just kind of slowly drifted away from it. It still went every now and then. I did, like I said, I was doing all indoor rock climbing.
Mm-hmm.
Only time I've done like outdoor stuff is a little bit up in like Richmond area, like Boulder. But I went actually out to Zion National Park in Arizona, I think is where that is. I don't know. I forget now. I'm blanking. Maybe it's Utah. We gotta look this up really quick. But I went out there and you actually climb like actual. Well, it's in Utah. Yeah. Well, I would say Arizona. It's a flat place, I think. But yeah, went out there, climbed. That was a lot of fun doing that. And shit's hard out there. Like doing like an actual real wall. Like it's so funny because you go to a rock gym, you see every hold.
Mm-hmm.
On an actual rock wall, every hole's the same fucking color, and it all blends into the whole wall because everything's all the same color.
Yeah.
So when I'm going up there, I'm like, where's the next one? Like,
so like in a rock gym, they're colored so that you have different paths, so that you know what difficulty you're on, this, that, and the other. When you're out in like nature, is it the same sort of thing? Like, is there supposed to be a track, or
so I mean,
do you just like?
So there's
hopefully you make it.
No. So yeah, when there's a wall, there's obvious holes that you can see, especially if it's a wall that's been climbed many times before, because there's chalk marks on the wall, so you can see where people have put their hands on it and stuff. Mm-hmm. You can follow those patterns, but still, I mean, like, it's a whole lot harder, like, and everything about it. Like,
I get that.
It's crazy. It's because obviously when you're doing that too, you're doing you're doing lead climbing, Lead climbing is where I have the rope and I have to hook it into hooks before I can continue up. Like I climb up some, I hook a rope that's attached to me, I hook it into a hook, climb up, hook, do another one and stuff like that. Top rope is the rope is already on the bottom to the top and it's attached to me. So if I fall top climbing, the rope is here and I literally fall whatever slack I have. Lead climbing is if you got a hold here, you climb up, attach your rope here, you climb up here, whatever this length is, you fall that. So whatever length you are from the last hook, you fall double that length. So all the way down to here is where you fall.
So it's like scary.
Like you really fall. Yeah. Oh, it's really scary. Yeah. It fucks
dead.
with you. It fucks with you. I mean, it's so funny because you'll see people like what my mind thinks when I'm falling, and it's like a video of a guy like actually like top rope falling like 30 feet, and in the video of you falling, it's like 1 foot. But in your mind, like
yeah.
But dude, there's crazy climbers out there, and obviously the biggest one is gonna be Alex Honnold, who's a free solo climber, and free solo is no rope at all, like no rope. The guy who climbs a wall with no rope. I'm talking about like half down, El Capitan, like it is. I don't know like how tall these places, like 100-foot, like cliffside things that they're climbing with no rope. Now, obviously, they do these climbs in preparation. There's a ton of preparation that goes into it where they actually do climb it with rope a bunch. And they memorize each. They have like logbooks of each and every move and what it's like and what they have to do. And they memorize it. And they're like, okay. They throw the book aside, put their shoes on, take their harness off, throw the rope, and they just start climbing. They know every single move. And they get up there to the top. And like Alex is climbing for like an hour on this wall. Like an hour going up it. I think there's a Netflix thing, or you can find it called like Half Dome, or like some type of just type in Alex Honnold movies, and he has just some crazy stuff. There's a lot of people that have already obviously have died from free solo.
I believe it.
Because you make one mistake and you're actually dead. There's one guy. Well, he's actually dead now too, but he tried to do free solo but with parachutes as well. I forgot what his name was, but he would climb up like walls and stuff, and if you fell, if it was high enough, obviously, he would just turn over, pull the parachute out, and he'd be safe. But yeah, I don't know how Alex does it. Obviously, is he crazy? I mean, yeah, you could say he's crazy, but when you see him on this wall and how put together he is, and like his mentality, and someone's like, I think psychology people have like done about. He has a TED Talk as well that you can look up, and I mean, his hands are just meat. Like, I'm talking about, it's like crazy how like his hands are just like baseball glove mitts, and they're so
strong.
Obviously, so strong. But yeah, it's a crazy thing. I love watching him. It gives me that roller coaster feeling when I watch him. But it's great. But yeah, rock climbing is big. Obviously, I think it's getting a little bit bigger here. I think over the years it's gotten bigger. But definitely, I feel like over like a European side of things, it's a whole lot bigger. There's a lot of foreign climbers that are dope.
The only reason I know anything about rock climbing is because of the dude called Magnus, I think. I forget where exactly he's from, but I watched him for a little while. I think he was some sort of professional rock climber.
Magnus in the UK, it's Magnus. I'm gonna mispronounce it. Midtbo,
yeah, something like that.
The B-O, the O has like a line there that's interesting.
But
wait.
I watched him when I started watching him on YouTube. He was doing a lot of bouldering.
He's not dead.
What?
He's not dead, right? Did
No.
you say he was dead?
No.
Oh, I don't think he was dead. Okay,
I didn't think he was dead.
I was like, this guy's still alive.
Yeah, no.
He's 32.
I watched him do a lot of bouldering, and he was a beast. But I know there's people that are better than him, which was wild to me.
Oh yeah.
He was I think he was training for some sort of probably American Ninja Warrior or something like that at one point.
I grew up with a guy named Chris Sharma. Who's like I have like his shoes, his harness, like I was all Sharma gear.
Yeah.
Out. He was a cool guy. He was always known for like yelling too, on while he's on the wall, like going in between holds.
Mm-hmm.
If he's like moving like on a ledge, he goes over. He's like, ah! Ah! He's just screaming. It's so funny. Some of these guys.
I like to see the ones where you have to like jump.
Oh, when you're
and then he like grabs and he's
like
hanging upside down.
I'm pretty sure it's called a dino.
Probably.
I think it's called dynoing when you jump that. There's another guy named Alex Magos. I think that's the guy I'm thinking of that I really like now because he's like our age. He was born in 1993. Oh yeah, this guy's dude. Look at this guy. This picture, Alex. Hold on. What did I say? Magos. Let's see.
If you haven't watched rock climbing, look it up. It is so satisfying to watch like professional rock climbers.
Dude.
Just like start climbing, like
some of these,
hanging upside down.
Some of these
back
dudes.
Up. It's just like.
Let's get sound kind of sus. Some of these guys, you just gotta look up pictures of their bodies.
Oh my gosh.
Dude. Like, look at this guy's body, man. Let's see. Like, these guys are just, like, absolutely, like, chiseled out, like, nonstop. Zero body fat, like, whatsoever. I mean, like...
Yeah.
You can see every single fiber in his muscle, like, moving, and, like, he's just so jacked. It's crazy. But it's him. There's him, Alex, and then there's one other dude that's right here, I believe. Yeah, it's a brown-haired guy. I forget what his name is, but he is... freaking insane. Adam Andra is what I want to say his name is. He's another good guy.
Yeah.
But yeah, climbing's fun. Climbing's crazy. I would definitely get back into it, but yeah, I don't know. I just don't have the. Yeah, I think I just lost passion with it and got into other things. It's kind of what happened.
I feel like when you went to college, like they had like a miniature rock wall.
Yeah.
But, like, there wasn't really anything. I mean, you could go to Richmond. But...
Yeah, and there's places to climb in Richmond and stuff. Now, if I would have gone to, like, JMU or, like, Tech and stuff, that like, JMU has an amazing rock wall, like, system. Like, actual, like 30-foot walls, like, high, like, that wrap around, like, a whole room. And I would be there all day, without a doubt. But, yeah, right off Macon was maybe a 20-foot wall that was 10-foot long, like wide, and I bouldered that. Like I didn't use any rope on that. Like if I fall, like it's
you get yelled at.
Yeah, sometimes. But then I got to the point that like he's fine. Like,
yeah,
I'm literally the only guy that climbs on it. It was me and this other guy named Jacob Hill. We're the only people to ever climb it. Speaking about Jacob Hill, which is a guy that rock climbed with me. Do you remember him?
He used to roll his cigarettes for him.
Yeah, so this guy Jacob Hill lived my whole freshman year. Shout out Jacob if you ever see this. Miss you, dude. Hope you're well. But he lived my whole freshman year. Really interesting guy. Really quirky. Got to know him through rock climbing and kind of started like a rock climbing club like between us. And our friendship kind of evolved into me rolling cigarettes for him. Because he was like smoking like probably like a pack a day of like some like cowboy killers or something.
At like 18.
Yeah. And we eventually got on cowboy killers, which are Marlboro Reds, which is like literally the stuff that like one of those things will actually like give you lung cancer. And he switched to American Spirits.
Those are expensive.
Yeah, they're really expensive because they're like all natural, like organic stuff. So obviously it'd be more expensive. But got him on that and then eventually started weaning him off and lowering like his intake. I actually bought tobacco, bought paper, rolled, and like we'd give him a set amount like every day. And, like every week would take like one away. Like wean him off. He got off of it. Switched to dip. Switched to dip. It didn't really work. He switched to dip and then got him off like dipping some. And then he left like my like sophomore year, I want to say, but freshman year I also used to pay him an Adderall to like do homework for me. Dude, this guy was so smart. Like, I'm not even joking. This guy was wicked smart, but he's the actual definition of not applying yourself.
Yeah.
To the situation. Pretty much, he would not go to class. He did not go to class ever. He would study. He would buy the book or something, read the book. Never go to class though. Would have like an F in the class. Show up to the midterm exam or the final exam, and the professors would be like, "Who are you?" I'm Jacob. I'm in this class. You've never shown up to class. Yeah, I know. I'm here to take the exam. Like, what? Shows up, takes the exam, gets an A, literally 100 on it. We'll pass it, and then ends up getting a C- in the class or something like that, like crazy. But yeah, he was just so smart, and he eventually got to the point where he just wasn't doing anything anymore. He was playing, I think it's called League of Legends. I think is what he was playing on the computer all day. All day. That's all he did was play League of Legends. And he wanted Adderall to play more League of Legends at night. The guy wouldn't sleep. He'd probably sleep for maybe 2 hours a day. He was a crazy guy. And eventually I was like, hey, I'm giving you all this Adderall, which I wasn't taking. I just had a buttload of it. Yeah, because I stopped taking Adderall probably my senior year of high school. So I just had a surplus of it. And I was like, listen, I'll pay you my Adderall if you do my papers for me. So he did some of my papers for me, and he would be like, what grade do you want on it? Give me a B. He would do it, turn in B. Next time I'd be like, yeah, just give me B-, turn in B-. All right, this one, give me an A-, turn in A-.
That's wild.
It was so crazy because he would look at the rubric.
Yeah,
do it by the grading scale and figure it out perfectly. He would grade it himself, okay, this should get you an A-. The best one, favorite story, I mean, who knows, I say all this and someone sees this and I get my degree taken away from what I'm making. That would suck.
And you go to prison for distributing Adderall.
Oops. But yeah, no, Adderall did not. All this is a lie. 100%. All this is a lie. But the best story with him was history final. My history final, spring freshman year. Had to be. It was pretty much a book report final. Had to pick a book, one of the signed ones that were there, and write a 6-page paper on it, or it was 6 or 8 pages. And I didn't buy the book. I didn't buy the book. I didn't get the book. I don't have the book. I go to him the day before. Dude, I'm fucked. He's like, don't worry, I got you. He said, just find me everything you can in the book. I found this website that had a chapter summary of every chapter. And the whole book was 8 chapters, but they're them thick chapters.
Yeah.
And he took 8 paragraphs, a summary of each thing, and made it into 8 pages. And
my god!
And I got a B- on it, and it turned and it was flawless.
It's wild.
What's so funny now that I'm thinking about it, if I did that nowadays, I'd be sweating turning that paper in. I'd be so nervous doing that. Freshman year, I don't know what was up with me. I didn't give a fuck. I did not care. I turned that shit in with confidence. I said, what's up? I was fun reading it. Boom. I got it. And dude, yeah, it was crazy. I was so surprised that I got away with that type of shit. I would say that's only plagiarism stuff I actually ever did with paper wise was that.
Yeah. I didn't stay in college long enough to do anything. So
yeah, I know. What? So yeah, that's pretty much my freshman year experience. Kind of crazy stuff. With TCC or anything like that, were they pretty strict on plagiarisms or anything like that? Do you know when they got any trouble? Or not even that, what about in high school? Did anyone get in trouble for high school? Well, did we talk about already with Doug?
Yeah.
We did. Was that last week?
I think so.
You turned in something?
Yeah.
That was extra credit?
We talked about it at some point.
Yeah, I don't know if that was on the podcast or not. I'm trying to think.
I think it was.
I know some people in high school got in trouble for plagiarism. Luddy.
Yeah.
Luddy did. And I'm trying to think who else.
I feel like I don't know. I don't want to like
throw people under the bus.
Call anyone that I just don't know for sure.
Yeah.
But I feel like there might have been a few. I feel like people got away with a lot too, though. I don't know.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm trying to think. I don't know if I said it on the last podcast or not. Did I talk about the Bible verse memory? We talked about memorizing the Bible verse, but did I talk about how I cheated in that? I don't think we did. So, my whole cheating scandal, I would say, started in like 6th or 7th, 8th grade, in middle school, with memorizing Bible verses. It was the only class I cheated in, which sounds terrible, was Bible class. I would print out the Bible verse that we needed to memorize and would have it in a binder on the front cover slip right there, clear slip.
Yeah.
I would then
I knew about this.
Yeah, and then I would put it in the person in front of me chair basket. And I would create a gap in between, and I would sit on my foot. I'll do it right here. I would sit on my foot like this. So I sit higher. Like I sit more forward. I don't care if I look weird. I'm just like, all right, hey man, we're trying to make a podcast here. You mind? You're messing with the audio. And would sit like this and like lean forward, like a lot, and like cover my paper, like because I didn't want people to see my test. I want people cheating off of me. That's how I played it. That's how I made it look. And I would look like out and look over like down to the ground and look at the binder and write it all right there and have it there. And eventually, Janie Poor, who sat in front of me, whose basket I was putting it on, found out I was doing it. And Janie's a really, really good person, like really, really good person. So when she found out I was doing it, she would like cover it up and stop looking into the mic. Pretty much, she would kick it off or cover it up and wouldn't let me do it. Like,
well, the funny thing about that is I can see her getting in trouble for it because she has the binder under
but she can't see it though. It's under her seat basket, like so she's sitting on it. There's no way for her to see it though. That's the thing, and that's why I put it in front of me. Like some people were dumb and they put it on the floor or under their backpack, like right next to them or something like that, which everyone caught on to. I'm like, bro, no, you don't put it right under. You put it in front of you on someone else's basket and stuff. Like,
yeah,
I just have really good eyesight is the other thing, so I could just see it. And
dude, those things were so hard.
Yeah, so I did that pretty much like the whole way through Bible, and that's how I did well in Bible.
On those quizzes for sure.
Did you ever cheat?
I mean, probably like small something or another. I can't remember a specific instance besides that plagiarism thing, but most of the time, like if I didn't know or whatever, like I would take a 0. Like I'd just turn it in blank and be like, I don't even care, dude. Like
half the time
whatever.
Teachers would be like, you need to redo this. Come on.
I'm like, I'm gonna embarrass myself if I write anything. Like I don't even care. Like whatever. So, no, I mean the only classes that like I feel like I would really struggle with in terms of like needing to cheat would be like English. Like there's Bible verses.
What did you need to cheat in English for?
I don't know. I just don't. I would never read anything, so I wouldn't really know. Like the only thing I was good at in English was like, you know how we used to have to like to dissect the sentence and like the subject, the predicate, like that whole thing. I was great at that.
That was one of those things where like I don't know how to cheat in English class, so I was just taking mad L's in that. I think the teacher miscalled it, and I'll never realize like, damn, this kid's fucking dumb when it comes to this stuff.
So yeah, anything that like had like even history, I wasn't all that great at, but I wouldn't cheat in that because all of our history teachers were like psychotic on cheating. Like
yeah, our school was really big on cheating, and like people would get kicked out for it, and like they were very serious. It's only cheating if you get caught.
Yep.
What it is, it's just strategy. That's how I see it. And that's how I got in trouble. Well, actually, I've never really got in trouble before. I got really close one time in Latin class.
Really?
Yeah, with a note card or something like that.
So many people cheated in Latin class.
Yeah, everyone cheated in Latin class. I think I was the only one that didn't get caught because I kept my note card under my desk in one of the bars.
Yeah, so like if the desk is flat, the bar would run like this, and you could slip the note card so that it would stay in between the bar. And then you sat in the same desk every time, so you just had everything on the card, and you just stick your hand next to it and pull it out. It'd be like
that. I mean, like, oh my gosh. Yeah, I think...
I didn't cheat in Latin. Everyone was cheating in Latin.
Yeah. I probably did, like, how many semesters of Latin did we take? 3?
I took 2. You took 3.
That's right. You switched to Spanish.
Yeah.
I did 2 of them fully. And then the last one, I was like, dude, F this. Like, I can't do this. So I just cheated that last one. And then...
that was why I switched, because I didn't know anything about Latin.
You weren't learning,
like,
and it was dumb, and you're like, this is not going to be, like, useful. And
I didn't even care if it was useful or not. I just, like, knew I didn't know anything, and I was like, it's only going to get harder,
get worse.
Even if it isn't hard. Like, Latin wasn't hard in terms of our teacher was so easy. Latin is hard if you have an actual teacher. The
only thing I remember from Latin was takate, which means, like, shut up.
And we watched Ben-Hur like 100 times.
Dude, Ben-Hur. Ben-Hur was like an 8-hour movie or something like that. Ridiculous. And we would watch like 30 minutes of it every class, but we always made sure when we go back to watch it the next day, we would back up the film like an extra 15 minutes
and be like,
and tell her that we haven't
this.
seen this part. And we just kept doing it and doing it and doing it. Dude, it was...
so it took like...
Really nice teacher. Really nice teacher. Shout out to Marshall. The original Miss Marshall, because now there's a new Latin teacher there. His name is Marshall as well.
Really? That's funny.
But she, very soft-spoken lady. Very, very kind.
But yeah, I just knew I didn't know anything, so I was like, I cannot go to Latin 3 not knowing a single thing and be like told I need to translate an entire paragraph and like use Google Translate, which I know she knows people are using it. Like, I don't know. So I was just like, I'm just going to go to Spanish because it seems easier.
Yeah.
And it was. It was so much easier. Because, like, having already done Latin, I was with a bunch of 8th graders being in 11th grade. So she had to teach the 8th graders.
That's right.
And I'm in 11th grade. So
That's so funny. I didn't even think about that.
So I have, like, so much more school experience just in general. Like, if you haven't taken a foreign language or don't know... Like,
it's a bitch.
if you don't know English, you can't learn a foreign language because you can't, like, you don't even know how your own language works.
Yeah.
Luckily, like I said, I was bad at English. I was more so just bad at like the reading because it takes me forever. I was fine at comprehending if I listened to it, but like the more art aspect of English, if you will, like wasn't for me. But actually understanding English and like, you know, you don't use is when you have to use are, and like just like I don't know the components of good English, like
grammar.
Yeah, grammar. I'd say I understood, but what I found out was like these 8th graders, whether and you know it is what it is. Like they're young. They don't even know English. So, like, you're trying to learn a different language, and they don't even know what you mean when you say you have to conjugate the verb to match the subject, because they're like, what's the subject? And I'm like, oh, gosh. So I'm, like, already 10 steps ahead of, like, above them, so
that's funny.
It was so easy.
I forgot about that when you switched to Spanish, you were in 11th grade with a bunch of 8th graders. Like, everyone was like, oh my god, there's an 11th grader in our class. Like,
and these kids are like, they have to come in, so the high school and middle school are together, so they have to come into the high school, which it's not like...
It's one big building. It's one big building. I'm thinking a lot of schools are like this. If you have a full school, and I think, most public schools, I think, are... Well, I'm just saying...
Public schools are definitely,
they're different, but... Schools in general, our school was literally one big ass building the right side
big
of it.
ass building. It was not that big.
You're right. Not compared to public schools. You're right. It was literally the size of like a mansion.
Anyway, the
Right
8th graders
side,
had to
middle
come
school.
from their hallway into the high school, which, as a middle schooler, is intimidating, I suppose. So they're already like freaking out like about that, and then they got an 11th grader in their class that's like, "You guys are all stupid."
Yeah. All right. Yeah. Jimmy, can you partner with Christian? He turns around.
I
Christian,
always
Christian
had.
goes, the fuck do you want? Are you gonna do this shit for me or not, dude?
I always got paired up with Charlie Fox because Miss Valencia I felt bad for him, so I would like help him get good grades.
Charlie, what a guy!
What a guy!
That guy's wild. He just graduated.
Yeah,
good for him. Oh my god, that's so funny. Yeah, no, school's really interesting with everything.
it is.
English. Yeah, I think kind of wrapping it up on the, I guess, foreign language topic. You think the reason that Americans are so bad at like learning Spanish or like other languages, you know, like pretty much it seems like all the other countries know 2 languages at least.
Oh yeah, like everyone knows English and then their native language.
Yeah, and us, we only know English. Like, you think it's just because America, all we do is fucking cheat on. I feel like the most cheated class is your foreign language class.
I think maybe, probably. Also, just the fact that they don't even know English. So, if you don't, like I said, if you don't know English, it's immensely harder to learn another language. I found that out so quick.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. All right. Now it's time to do a quick topic card to close us out here.
What do we got?
All right. Who's your favorite professional athlete? Who's your favorite professional athlete? What would I say?
I feel like my favorite professional athlete is either John Florence or Gabriel Medina, which are both surfers. I like John because he's so good, and he's like probably not too much older than us, probably
28.
Yeah, he's probably like 28 or so, but seems like super quiet, but he's so good at surfing. So I mean, I say super quiet, I just mean like more reserved.
Yeah, he's not crazy, man.
Yeah, but seems like just a good dude. He puts out some really
good vibes.
Yeah, good vibes, total good vibes. No, he puts out really cool like surf videos. So like a lot of like surfers who are sponsored, not necessarily on like the world tour, that have YouTube channels, you know, put out normal content. His stuff is more artistic,
That's cool.
in a
More
little,
cinematic.
Yeah, more cinematic,
Nice.
more like artistic in a little different way. He released a video like maybe a week ago now that was called like a map of home, and it had like the animation of like the map of Hawaii and different places that he surfed, and then moved on the animation map to normal video with like good editing, good song. Like
I know what you're saying.
it's just more unique, and like he doesn't put something out like every week. He like randomly puts something out, but when he puts something out, it's like,
let's go.
It's legit stuff.
That's cool.
So him, and then I like Gabriel because dude is the wildest competitor. He's like a villain, if you will, when it comes to competing. Like, so in surfing, when you cut somebody off, like you take their wave and they have priority, you lose your, I think, best score, or you lose one of your scores, and you only have 2 scores. So you have a maximum of 20 points that you can get. So you basically cut your chances down to only getting 10 points. But there's been times where he's cut people off because it's in his best interest to make sure they don't get a good wave. So like if they have a 7 and a 3 and he cuts them, or we'll say a 7 or a 6 and a 3, and he cuts someone off, they're only going to have a 9 because they can't get a better score. And if he had a 10, he would technically win. So he'll cut him off and lose his second score because he knows he's going to win if it's like right there at the end of the con. I don't know. He's just like, he's so smart, but he's also an amazing surfer. Like craziest airs, like
ruthless.
He's Brazilian, and he does a lot for his community where he's from. Like,
oh, that's cool.
He like has made amazing money, but also he made his own school in the town that he's from that like focuses on surfing, but along with that, like education and really, really good education, not necessarily like school type stuff, but teaching the kids how to like do lots of different things with like, I feel like finance and like things like just aspects of life that I feel like people in that part of the world don't necessarily get exposed to. So he seems like a really cool dude as well. If I had to pick, I'd probably pick John though.
Yeah.
Because he lives in Hawaii. So.
Hell yeah. Yeah, I want to check out his videos. That sounds really cool. I like that type of work on YouTube.
Yeah.
That type of film. My favorite athlete, I don't know, like I'm not a big sports guy. I mean, I always joke about JaVale McGee as like my guy. I love me JaVale McGee. Like they started all in college because jerseys are big in college for parties, and I didn't own a single jersey. I was like, what the fuck is this? And I was like, okay, like I'm gonna get a jersey, and I was like, who should I get? And knowing me, I guess sometimes I'm kind of a troll. I was like, I typed in, who is the number one bench warmer in the NBA? And it was JaVale McGee. And I was like, oh, dude, that's what I'm going to get. I'm going to get JaVale McGee. So I got JaVale McGee. Oh, and it's a hit. It's a hit. Anytime I go out and I'm wearing a McGee, they're like, is that JaVale McGee? I'm like, yeah, dude. I freaking love him.
The thing that's wild, though, is like, it wasn't necessarily that he was bad before. Some people would say he was bad.
Yes.
For sure. But he, like, got, in my opinion, like, good in terms of, like, coming off the bench or even, like, as a starter.
Well, the thing with him there is his highlight reels are not highlights.
Yeah.
They're pretty much all not top 10 type of stuff where, like, missing dunks, like, getting rejected, like, off the rim. The guy's, like, tall. The guy's a big dude. Getting rejected off a rim.
6'2", or maybe 7 foot.
Scoring at his own basket. Going the opposite way of his own team. Like, just falling and, like, going for three-pointers, like, air balls, like, where he shouldn't be shooting. And his highlight reels are just so funny to watch because they're just, like, trash. But he's not a bad player. I mean, he makes a couple million, obviously. I'd get paid $1 million to sit on a damn bench all day for.
He was in the dunk contest, I think, and he had two basketball hoops next to each other, and he dunked on both of them. Yeah. Which, I mean, you have to have a pretty big wingspan to do that.
So yeah, I got him. I got his jersey. I don't know if I would say that he's like my favorite athlete. Like, I'm trying to think of like athletes right now, like, because I'm not like. I don't watch football. I mean, I have a Carson Wentz jersey, but that's just because it says Wentz on the back, and I didn't have to custom make it because it says my last name. I don't really watch basketball. I don't watch soccer at all. I know literally Ronaldo and Messi. That's like literally it. And there's one guy on Brazil, right? What's the guy in Brazil?
Neymar.
Yeah, and Neymar. There's like the 3 people I know in soccer. Surfing, I know some people. Snowboarding, I know some people. Rock climbing, obviously, you already heard me name a bunch of people there. But yeah, I honestly, I don't think I have a favorite professional like athlete.
Yeah.
Like, it's just.
No, I would agree with that.
I'm not. I love watching sports, but I don't get into sports. I would say, like, I'm not all like. I don't study the teams, and I don't know where each player came from, and their stats and stuff, like, which I think is really cool when people can do that. Like, literally know every single person on the team, what their stats are, and like how they perform best, and where they from, and, like, everything about it is interesting to me. But other than that, Yeah, I don't really think I don't say I have a team or a person, so kind of unfortunate on that end.
It is what it is.
I just I love watching me some not top 10 and top 10 on ESPN. That's always fun to watch. But yeah, other than that, anything else?
I think that's it.
Cat's making a lot of noise up there.
The cat is making a lot of noise.
We're gonna have to go investigate that. Hopefully, it hasn't gotten to the dog food. But other than that, yeah, that was week 4.
Week 4 is
week
right.
4. Hopefully, we didn't forget to talk about what we said we were going to be talking about
in
week 4. We probably did. But we'll go back and watch that video. So stay tuned for week 5.
Where we talking about?
Where we talk about what we talk about in week 3. If we didn't cover it in week 4. So be ready for that. If y'all have any questions or things you want to ask us. I think we just started. Did we just set up a YouTube thing?
Yeah, we set it up. So hopefully get some of the branding things and things like that. Just like something not like set in stone, but
yeah,
start posting.
But obviously, like so, as of right now, we're in week 4 and none of these have been uploaded yet.
Yeah.
But
so we have like a backlog.
Yeah, so when we do, obviously we'll be able to have comment stuff. So I'll read every single comment. I'll literally read any comment. I don't care. I'll say your name and I'll say what you said. I don't care. If you got questions, we'd love to have them. Opinions, stuff like that. Thoughts, facts. If you want us to bring up another topic that we said that we are wrong on. Probably won't say that because we're always right on this podcast. 100% facts. Always. Never wrong. But yeah, other than that, so be on the lookout for that. So we'll see you next time. Peace.